Man, I'm looking forward to Aratus later. Oh man, I'd have to be Soul Guard. Soul Guard. Soul Guard. What is the one-sided challenge? That's where we just did one where you only go down one side of the map. So after the first fight, you look at the map and you choose left or right, and you go down that side completely. That is all the requirements. No further questions required. Is your bride still good? No, but we remade a new one. She died in the boss fight, but boss dropped her, or I think the fight prior to that, or that fight dropped her level 26 brain, so she actually came back 2 levels higher. We have Double Bomb Daedalus, Shield Fell, Seraph the Impatient. Piece of... Oh, look, my mic just muted for no reason. Anyway, 2 Mollusk Mages that could have been Titan's Teeth. 2 Steel Enhancers, which is pretty good for Soul Guard. You gotta make the best of a bad thing, right? Firestone housing, because we're going to need to rely on other units since I can't seem to make Soul Guard work lately. Or a chance at spell weakness. The spell weakness chance is pretty rubbish. We just take the extra unit and the extra unit thing and maybe put, I don't know, something somewhere. So this is where it's interesting. Can we keep... I don't know if you can keep Soul Guard alive against melee weakness. I think this Seraph is too tough to go cold channel. Which means you could end up going Titan cold, which sucks. Like that's even worse. Like there's no point going Titan cold, right? You end up with a 45 damage unit that can kind of boss kill and doesn't do anything to help you with the waves. So you need to hit Dire Channel, preferably at the second blacksmith. No, I'm not a fan of Titan Channel because at 10 incants to get out after the second blacksmith, that's rough. You end up with a 2 capacity unit sitting there for 5 turns doing nothing except taking up capacity. And it's just a stat stick too, like 100's nothing special, right? And then at rank 3, 15 casts to get out at like 150, you know, and there's potential, yeah. I think I am missing something. Unfortunately, whenever I see anyone else play, they must also be missing something. The only common thing that, like, I share this opinion with people that, well, unfortunately too, there's less and less people still playing, so I don't think any new opinions are going to come around anytime soon. Less and less players with strong C25 win rates still streaming. So it's hard to sort of get another perspective, and I think, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of us are influenced by each other as well. So you sort of start to get that team speak feeling where we all have similar strategies after a while, which is fine if we've all, you know, if we all came to the group with a different percentage and we're able to sort of, you know, have full coverage, but I don't think that's what's happened. Surely cold channel could be good in general. He dies. He just dies, right? Because you've got to stay alive. And that's fine if you... it's fine to put an endless shark in front of melee weakness because you play the shark again next turn. You have access to regen. You get one shot. Like, regen doesn't help you if you die that turn. Like, even if you could full heal every turn, if you die, you can't full heal, because you're dead. And it happens. Like, this Seraph's got melee weakness, so and shade wings. So even if you can kill the shade wings, right? Let's assume you can kill the shade wings. You're taking a melee weakness, best case scenario, from a 10 damage unit, so that's 20, and then you're also getting hit by by Seraph, which best case scenario with a silence is another 20. So that's the only way that you do it. You have to be able to kill the shade wings and only take 40 damage, and then heal the 40 every other turn. If you're running a one-line setup, which makes it even worse, you get 2 stacks of melee weakness. So while it's not impossible, it's very hard. And too many times I've gone down one of the paths, especially with Soulguard. I do it with most of the heroes every now and then, and don't think of something very important in one of the fights. It could be something simple like a sweeper in Fell fight, the Ember Drain in the Seraph fight, one of the many things in Seraph the Impatient fight, and then you get to that fight and you die there because you just didn't consider the one thing that you needed to consider. And melee weakness is, when you see this symbol, melee weakness is the thing you've got to think about the most. So if you're playing a one-line setup, you're going to have 2 stacks of melee weakness when Seraph drops an extra 15 damage Lightwing on the floor, and also be behind that Lightwing. So even if you can kill everything in front of it, you've got to be able to take the melee, a double stack melee from Seraph. So the other option is you don't kill anything, and you've got to take a double stack melee weakness from a Gilded Wing, so that's 30 damage, as well as the 15 and the 20 plus from Seraph. So it's like, it's a ridiculous amount of damage. So you pretty much have to have you can't have a one-line setup. The other option is for days. Days makes it valid. What else are we looking at? Which then, or like sapping to the point that they're not hitting, which doesn't work with, you need to take some damage to drop the melee weakness off. And you also need to take damage for the revenge to trigger. Yeah, and it's not the... So Dire Channels, I feel Dire Channels the strongest in most situations because you go behind everything else and you're a damage unit. Titan Channel is not awful to get you through the starting fights. Like 45-45 kills pretty much the first 2 fights, right? And at only 4 stacks to get out, you can get four stacks out pretty quickly. It's not quite enough to get past Daedalus, but most heroes aren't quite enough to get past Daedalus by themselves, so that's reasonable. I mean, I've failed to get... I've had a phase 2. I've died with Titan Channel 2 with a Fell Seal because I couldn't get him out to the point that he was relevant. I'm just taking a little bit longer because it's one of the things that I don't like about streaking is now I play this game differently than I'd play any other game because I'm considering more things instead of just playing and dying and then going on to the next game. I feel that Action Soul Guard is the easiest to work with, the most on a more regular basis. There's been some cold channel runs we've had which have been amazing because other reasons, whether being able to like armor with imps or play morsels and do something else, you know, had different starting cards that already led you in a direction. And the only thing we have here is some steel enhancers and mollusk mage. Crystalline seeds doesn't really do much. So there's the potential to, and you can't steel enhance until like you can't sort of mix and match with Titan Channel and Cold Channel to steel enhance. You have to do that on a different unit. I mean, you could say most synergistic, yeah. No, I don't think it's a synergy. For me, something like Cuddlebeard and Cold Channel is a synergy. Putting armor on Cold Channel is a really cool way of keeping him alive so that he can do the strong things, but doesn't synergize. They're just sort of adding to each other. Nah, I don't know if anything synergizes with action. It's just like good. I don't know what the wording is. Just decent unit. That's all he is, though. It's a decent unit. Doesn't do, and good boss killing, but nothing. You know, you can get that out of units. If we got a sweeper, I wonder if we can do this with a quick sweeper. At what stage can the sweeper die? I just don't think that works either. It's so bad. I feel like Cold Channel Soul Guard needs protection and a way to self-trigger. Alright, Teed. I'll see you after dinner, man. And Dire Channel with Titan Channel is just not enough to tank. I think I'm being... yeah. I feel like I'm forced in a position where I have to Cold Channel. I think probably one of the weakest parts of Titan Channel is it's just stats. And there's nothing else. And once you go over your shard limit, or your minimum shard requirement, it doesn't do anything. We should have put that on the top floor. So we only need to get hit once, right? Which means we do need to get hit once. Huh, that's a problem. Might not be a problem if we can win on... bottom floor, but I don't think we do. Oh, look at that. See, that's the thing too, like, he bosses like no one. Which is great for the first few waves, few circles. And can put you in a pretty strong position. It's a sharp. Over sting or vine grasp. Razor Sharp's not even a self-hit. Vine Grasp is. 3 might be a little high though. Hold over Vine Grasp. It feels so bad. Okay, large battle and armor stone. I mean, Quick Hermit's really good. Soul Guard not do anything then? Quick, large hermit. Just put stats on. Maybe don't even need to go quick. I mean large, just quick stats. I took a razor sharp. Large animus. I mean, a large animus chonks. Let's do that. I wonder if we got armor as well. I guess we've got the extra spot. And then go quick. And then just take it out from there. What does Soul Guard do? I wonder if the armor totem's enough for Soul Guard. Probably not. It's pretty weak. Make it double quick. Oh, I like your thought process there. Gets to hit the units on the floor below it at the start of its turn, and the units on its own floor. It seems reasonable. I think if we get quick ramp up some armor. This is where it's really tough, because what's Solgard doing? Solgard's sitting around like an idiot. This is also one where, like, do I put that on Solgard to give him more turn getting hit? I guess that comes down to the boss in question. What do we win? We want an offering token? I'm okay with it. It's better than these things. Wow, sharpen. Good. Sharpen is almost a Shadewing answer. Cuts their damage in half. It's still not very good. Let's take a lot of its own. So the downside to Animus being quick, if she's with Solgard, is the killing off of all the frontline units means that he's taking a double shot from Seraph. But I think the plan is 2 of these big plants, and we're going to alternate who we put the damage on. Double large. Do we even care about Solgard then? Yeah, because we want quick more than anything. We could have a go a large, quick sweeper. That becomes a hope then. How many Merchants of Steel have we got? Is probably gonna... Three. After this one, and we get 1 large in there. And some health or something. Hey, Gru. Yeah, good man. Got some sleep. You know, didn't get any sun, but you know, I don't go outside much. I think we're going to have a lot of money for reroll, so taking that little bit extra health when I can get it, I probably need. Daedalus. I guess where the issue here is that if I'm buffing the Animus, I'm not doing it in front of Soulguard, because I'm not buffing this one. I guess if she's quick, does he go in front of there? It depends with the hit points, I guess. There's a lot of depends. There is a distinct shortage. Otherwise, no, it's a complete and utter lack. Zero. None. Pizza within my house. This worries me greatly. Hey, Sparkcrotch Thotty. Yeah, you just can't see it. You're not attuned enough. That's okay. I know, Dragon, it's sad. These seem like rubbish. Thanks, Daedalus. Ice and Pyre? I mean, Ice and Pyre is good damage. Sure, why not? Shork! Probably not. This is tough. Have faith, and have faith. Stews have got to go. We need the money. We can do this. Definitely want to get quick on our thing though. Oh, she's not going to fit. Hang on. This could be bad. Alright, you need to go like this. Is there a Monster Train update? I think they removed the artwork and reduced the drop rate, if you will, of the Bone Dog event. They probably also buffed Wrathful Champ and Deranged Brute just for balance reasons. He's gonna hit 12 twice. Can I get up 30, 30? Okay, let's split that. Yeah, I generally just randomly roll with clans. I don't know. My favorite pairing, I struggle to answer this question a lot because I randomly roll with clans, so I don't ever find myself picking one more often than the others because, well, they're random. I don't get to choose. Yeah, I'm just going to go with I don't have one. Like, I just don't have one. Plink only hits once now. It's called Plick. Cool. I wonder if they made any changes that they didn't put in the patch notes for the update. They've been doing that, and I don't like it. Like, you find out about it at some point, and you're like, hang on, wait, when did this change? And you could be in the middle of a game, and it can be relevant. And it's also, it's like a sneaky way of making a change without having to say, we changed this, but we've put it back because we may have pushed it too far. Like, no one cares if you, as a developer, if you're like, hey, this card's too strong, we're going to nerf it. And then you're like, oh, maybe we nerfed it too hard, let's just raise it up a little bit. You're like, well, you think if you come out and say, oh, we think we nerfed it too hard, so we've pushed it up a little bit, so now it's in between the two positions. We'll see how that goes. But if you make a change and don't tell anyone, people jump to that conclusion is that you made a bad decision and you know you did, so now you're trying to hide the fact that you made a bad decision. So it looks even worse, you know? There's a quick. Oh, I did have a thought. It's a dumb thought, but I had a thought on how you could make Idiot Guard here work with Cold Revenge from the back line. You get spikes, probably not this one because it consumes, like Sharpen. Okay, get a Sharpen, put it on holdover, get a Steel Enhancer so you can get Soul Guard some form of attack, and put the spikes on the enemy. Unfortunately, that does make them a little bit stronger as well. So they're hitting into your, I don't know, your Endless Shark. But then Soul Guard can, like, hit in for 3, take 4 spikes damage, which isn't that much, and give them, like, 20 frost each, which is a lot. But I think it's dumb. Like, it just seems dumb. I'm going to go for a quick tome here. And worst case scenario, we put it on something else other than our plant if we get quick for our plant. Because I think quick on the plant would be better. But if we don't get it, then we can at least use a book for it. I'm not getting another large stone though. Or am I? That'd be a little insane. Do we just go double large hermit on the bottom floor? Is that an actual play? Am I being stupid? Or are we better off with a double large Animus somewhere? The reason why not is that quick is definitely better, right? But we do have a quick tome, so we can get around to putting quick on the hermit. But is that where we're putting our heals? Also, double large on an Animus kills stuff. I think that might be better. Because then you have like an instant killer by turn 3 on top floor. Like, that's 100 damage straight up, which is pretty good. And then maybe Solgard's second floor with the other Animus. I don't know. We can just give her health. That's not. That's endless on the bottom. If you use a quick tome, do you keep that with endless? You don't, do you? Although, unless you're low health when we put the tome on, chances are that you're not going to die after you get quicked. I think that might be better. Let's do that. I don't care for those units because can't place them anywhere. Maybe we can get another 25 health from an event. Animus on tome to keep Champ healthy? Maybe, but it's Seraph the Impatient. So if he's got melee weakness, it means you're taking an impatient hit. Which is like 40 damage, 40 plus damage. It's where it's so tough, hey? Whereas if it's a Gilded Wing, that's only 20 damage from that and 20 plus from Seraph. So it's still less. Like, it's always going to be less taking the hit from a Gilded Wing at double damage. Because, no, if you silence Seraph on turn 1, then it's the same. But if Seraph has 21 damage, you're now better off taking the melee weakness from the Gilded Wing, so you don't want to be quick. Whereas the one up top being quick can stay alive. So maybe it's worth taking a little bit more damage. Yeah. The melee... Having both melee weakness and attacking in flight, like, it's just... I don't know. Well, it feels like all three Seraphs in one. Okay, don't want to be quick here because we want to put all the extra frost on the backline guy. Being quick here is fine though. It's a shame when you kill this guy off. At least the Harpy's gonna put a ton of frost on himself. Yeah, that's ridiculous. The Endless. Take another crystalline seeds here. And Frenzy Swarm's good too. So yeah, and this is where the problems seem to compound. Is that you go, okay, Frenzy Swarm, that means we won't take a hit from the melee weakness. It means it won't drop off either. Hey Spazzles, how you doing? And the melee weakness, it's an instant drop off if you don't have damage shield. But it means it takes all those hits. So you've got, if it doesn't drop off this time, you're just compounding things and making it worse for next time. But with both Animuses having incant as well, just to do stuff, I don't mind having the extra spells and doing things on other floors while Seraph's floating around somewhere. There we go. That should help. I don't want that unit to die, so even though it's got Endless, I'm only wanting to sort of replay it once, hopefully. Hopefully. I don't think armor fell will be too much of an issue. Like, we've got a lot of damage on the board, units. So one of the issues with Soul Guard here is that, well, he goes behind this one then, I guess. I guess that's how we'd play it. Because we're wanting the turns against Fel to ramp up. The downside here, with no, like, because we've got the armor incant, having more armor means there's more turns after he's like blocking, but we're not getting that because we need to play them here to ramp up his incant. I mean, we will put some stuff on them though. Quick actually hurts us here. We take an extra 2 damage. Alright, Phil. What can you do? So 120 frost is okay, hey? Take capacity. Could re-put the husk helmet in with one of the floors. Oh, that would have killed it. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, but didn't. I think we just take the other quick. Find silence tome, hopefully. Win. Otherwise quick our way to too much melee damage. I mean, you've got to kill the units. And for the turns that Seraph's not there, it's damage in not taking. we can just go remove the stew. It'd be fine. We don't need the Merchant of Steel though because we upgraded everything. Merchant of Magic's okay, but we don't need the health. I mean, it's 13 health. No, it's okay. No, there's 20 points to be had. Gold's always good. What are we doing spell-wise? Double stacks, holdover. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Glad I talked that one out. Holdover Steel Enhancer feels like a dumb thing. But with all the 0 incants, I mean, it could also, like, increasing hit points feels good. Increasing damage output is also very good. So, like, the Razor Sharp does something in there. And the 2 incants means that you're staying, like, neutral on effective hit points between armor and health. And you can -1 it, so it's a 0 cost card anyway. Probably better doing it like that. Yeah, it kind of does feel a little dumb. But like, and I was actually thinking, I didn't even realize, I was talking out loud, and I hadn't even seen you comment there, Spazzles. Like, because it has that feel to it, right? It's 0 cost, it does something, it incants. Are we trying to keep Soulguard alive a little bit longer? You know, I just can't see Soulguard at... Let's go take the option here. At 70 hit points being out front. Like, if Soulguard's out front of a quick unit, and that's where we might have needed to take capacity to put him in front of the sweeper. Right? So you have a... Oh, I mean, still could be out in front. But the sweeper would have to be quick, right? So that it kills all the little crap, and then Soulguard puts a lot of frost on the heavies. And getting 20 card draw a turn. Where from? Oh, from the bug. You've seen this bug before, Valkyrie. You know why it's there. I hope they patch that out, because then... I mean, the holdover anything becomes an incant, right? That's what we want to do. Yes, Vine Grasp. So the only downside to that is it pulls Soulguard to the front. So if you're wanting Soulguard to be behind a tank, then no. Stygian, you could put a the Frost card. Right, but you're putting 8 frost on yourself as well. So you only have to hit yourself once, and then the frost will go off every turn. But I don't think that frost then ticks that turn on the enemies. I think they move up a floor to the... Like, if you're on the bottom floor, they would do their turn, you would do your turn. Oh no, you'd be giving them the frost, sorry. They would get frost that turn, because you'd be doing it before you hit end turn. On the first turn, right? The turn you play it. So enemies would take their turn. Soulguard would take his turn, or your side would take their turn. Any enemies with frost now, which on subsequent rounds would be none of them, would take frost damage, and then Soulguard would take frost damage. and the damage would then put frost on the other team, who would then move upstairs. So they would still take a decent amount of damage from the frost on the second and third floor, which is helpful. But we've got some big heavy hitters up there. Yeah, having a bunch of like reforms on Solgard would be great. He'd be coming back with more and more health. And because he's dying to like hits, the revenge is ticking off, and you're putting the frost on, and then you just bring him back. That's a great plan. Endless Tome is another good option. In fact, Endless Tome is an amazing option for frontline Soul Guard in this fight, because of the multi-strike birds. One, they kill him off, but two, you're getting more ticks of frost on Seraph when he's down and stuff. Go for a double stack. Oh, let's do it. Let's see how it works. Gotta try things, right? The problem is if we don't get it at the right spot, but I think that might be something we need to do. Okay, remove consume on one of them. That could be reasonable. It could be a nice big heal. The downside of killing the Scourge Birds here is it's not a revenge trigger for Soul Guard, which would have been really good. But we're mopping them up here, so it's okay. We just need to get quick on her. Which we don't, because I was stupid and I put it on her. Oh yeah, he loses his shards on death. That's That's a big problem. Seems reasonable. I wonder if restoring retreat could have been a thing for a massive party floor. No, we don't. We want Seraph going between floors. Chance the days isn't bad. Double stack is better. Okay, so that goes there. And we need to do is hopefully steel enhance above the. We didn't get a silence time. Steel enhance above the death number. I don't know what else I'd want as a premium. Yeah, sometimes the Stewie's just gotta go, man. Can reroll into 2 basics. We're not going to need 190 damage up top. I think ever. Well, by removing a card, we get down. Maybe I should have taken that instead. In fact, I think we only need to really play it once, maybe, or hold on to it for a Seraph kill. That's unlikely. It's a lot of damage, though. If we get spell weakness on, we don't have that much spell weakness. I think with the draw that we've got, we're going to want to be playing restores at the end. I don't like that I've already got one on that. Let's just not spend for the sake of spending. Although I think getting rid of this out of our hand though, so we don't draw it again. Maybe we hit Seraph for 500. Melee, flip of weakness. Ah, top floor, yay! You jerk. We just have to eat that one. Otherwise we have to deal with a Shade Wing. So if Seraph is going to come middle and put melee weakness on and hit us for 40 plus or minus any, or plus any extras we've done. Otherwise we take 30, 45 from the Shade Wing and extra there. We just can't afford that. And I can't even get the Animus down. So I can choose not to play the Animus. Which I think is wrong, but we take a ton. Like, you take a ton. And we need something down to... I think she dies the turn after. Like, she'll take 35, 38, and we'll put 3 on Seraph. And then potentially gets melee weakness if Seraph goes somewhere else. That goes to the bottom floor. Which is better than putting a melee weakness on here, I guess, but feels bad. Oh, I should have definitely shouldn't have done that then. Well, that solves that problem for me though. Alright, let's get you killed off. I'm not playing you for one regen. Pan of Stings would be nice here. Or not. So we're taking 30. You're all getting played. The biggest problem here right now is we're going to get melee weakness put on us before Seraph leaves. And Soul Guard's so low. Even with Silence, it's not like... Silence would be great. I'd take it. Right? But even with it, it's tough. Like, even at 20, let's say we go quick and can clear this whole line out, and Seraph comes up here at 20 health, a 20 attack, and puts another melee weakness, that's 60 damage. We're not recovering from that, right? Like, we just don't recover from that. The only thing we got lucky is by being able to get a unit down. 50-50, Seraph went top floor for no reason. No undiscernible reason. So it saves us because then we'll take 20 here and then heal up. So we've got to make sure we don't kill this with attacks. It needs to die to frost. Which is going to be a decent amount of frost. I've got 11 shards, so that's 22 frost. We'll take 21 damage up top. Probably should keep ramping up. A lot of the times when, like, Umbra has a huge advantage here if you're just doing a pure morsel fight, because quite often you can get the units played with only hitting Seraph a couple times and then you're just playing morsels everywhere. And the fight's cake, right? You chump with the morsels, you put damage shield up because that's that clan's thing. But that's not a balance. That's like a really not good way of saying it's balanced, because out of the percentage of fights played it wins this much, which is the same as the other ones. It's like, yeah, you know, having one clan have a really good record against a boss that's tougher than all the other clans, that's not balanced. You want to have a similar win rate with all the combinations against all the bosses. Maybe slight variance here and there, but you don't want to you don't want it to average out to what your expectations are. Bit of death here is not great though. So quick sweep is hitting those first. We're taking 20, 48, but she's endless, so we don't care. Soul Guard's applying 50 frost a turn, so that's pretty good. Yeah, the Imp Queen, like, what do you do, man? You see this thing when you're playing Imp Queen, you're just like, well... And what's worse, you can't just rely on the units. I should have been on top of it. And we did just apply 170 frost to Seraph. So that was kind of cool. touch it, take the win, mess this guy up for being a jerk. Okay. So we're not even killing this unit, but so actually not killing this guy was good. Although I am curious, where was my why didn't my plant kill that one? Plant died before it could attack? Oh, that's right, because when Plant came back, it wasn't quick anymore. But this one being alive actually helps us because we take 2 hits for a total of 34, compared to 1 hit for 29, so it's extra frost, 585 frost. No, a little bit more than that. 750 frost. Oh, actually, sorry. 834, still alive. Yeah, so when Solgard gets to that point of the fight, obviously very strong. But didn't even need that much regen. Like, he could have died after a few hits, because Seraph had, 500 somewhere frost very early. But, you get down to, like, 2 hit points, or 10 hit points, you're like, what do I do? What do I do?